Greg Gumbel was an American television sportscaster. He was best known for his various assignments for CBS Sports, most notably the National Football League and NCAA basketball. He became the first African-American announcer to call play-by-play of a major sports championship in the United States when he announced Super Bowl XXXV for the CBS network in 2001. Until 2023, Gumbel was the studio host for CBS men's college basketball coverage and was a play-by-play broadcaster for the NFL on CBS. Early years. Gumbel was born on May 3, 1946, in New Orleans, Louisiana, the first child of Rhea Alice, Lucine, and Richard Dunbar Gumbel, a judge. His paternal great-great-grandfather was a German Jewish immigrant from the village of Albersheim. As a young man, Gumbel grew up on Chicago's South Side, where he was raised Catholic, attending and graduating from De La Salle Institute. In 1967, Gumbel graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in English from Loras College, where he also played on the baseball team. He had two sisters, Renee Gumbel Farahi and Rhonda Gumbel Thomas, and a younger brother, Bryant Gumbel, who also pursued a network television broadcasting career. Personal life. Gumbel resided in Davie, Florida. He was married to wife Marcy, and they had a daughter, Michelle. In 1999, Gumbel refused to attend a NASCAR banquet honoring Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas on the basis that he disagreed with Thomas's positions on political issues. He regularly appeared on Howard Stern's radio show. Along similar lines, Gumbel said of Rush Limbaugh, "I find him someone whose words and opinions I can do without." Gumbel died from cancer at home in Davie, Florida, on December 27, 2024, at the age of 78. Net worth. Greg Gumbel was an American television sportscaster who had a net worth of $16 million at the time of his death. Career. In 1973, Greg's brother Bryant, then working as a television sportscaster at KNBC in Los Angeles, informed him that another NBC-owned and operated station, MAC-TV in Chicago, was auditioning for a sports announcer. At the time, Greg was selling hospital supplies in Detroit. He ultimately got the job, returned to Chicago, and worked at MAC-TV for 7 years. The sportscaster he replaced, Dennis Swanson, went on to become president of ABC Sports. Prior to his rising to prominence at CBS, Gumbel worked for MSG, ESPN, and WFAN Radio in New York City. At ESPN, he anchored the show SportsCenter and did play-by-play for early NBA games. On MSG, Gumbel served as a backup announcer for Marv Albert on New York Knicks broadcasts as well as providing coverage for college basketball. When MSG signed a huge contract to broadcast New York Yankees games in 1989, Gumbel served as host of the pregame and postgame shows. In addition to his MSG duties, he was the host of the first radio morning show on radio station WFAN. However, station management replaced him with WNBC radio personality Don Imus once WFAN took over WNBC's AM 660 frequency. First CBS stint. Gumbel's CBS career began with part-time work as an NFL announcer in 1988. In 1989, Gumbel began announcing college basketball as well. He became host of the NFL Today for the 1990 to 1993 seasons. He also anchored CBS coverage of Major League Baseball, college football, and, in 1999, CBS coverage for the Daytona 500 and Pepsi 400. Besides his hosting duties, Gumbel provided play-by-play for the NBA, Major League Baseball including the 1993 American League Championship Series, and College World Series Baseball. He was the primetime anchor for the 1994 Winter Olympic Games from Lillehammer, Norway, and co-anchor for the weekday morning broadcasts of the 1992 Winter Olympics from Albertville, France. NBC Sports. Gumbel moved to NBC in 1994 following CBS losses of the NFL and Major League Baseball broadcasting contracts. While at NBC, Gumbel hosted NBC's coverage of the 1994 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. He also did play-by-play for the 1995 Major League Baseball National League Division Series and National League Championship Series, did play-by-play for the NBA on NBC, hosted NBC's daytime coverage of the 1996 Summer Olympics from Atlanta, Georgia, hosted the 1995 World Championships of Figure Skating, and served as the studio host for the NFL on NBC. CBS career. Gumbel left NBC after its broadcast of Super Bowl XXXV to return to CBS. His first major assignment was to serve as studio host for CBS's coverage of college basketball, including the NCAA men's basketball tournament. As CBS had just acquired the rights to NBC's previous NFL package, Gumbel joined the broadcast team as the lead announcer with fellow NBC alumnus Phil Simms as his color commentator. Gumbel was the lead announcer for the NFL on CBS between 1998 and 2003, calling Super Bowls XXXV and XXXV. For the 2004 NFL season, Gumbel traded positions with Jim Nantz as host of the NFL Today, with Nantz taking over as lead announcer. At the end of the 2005 NFL season, Gumbel was replaced as studio host of the NFL Today by James Brown. Gumbel returned to the broadcast booth as the number 2 play-by-play man, replacing Dick Enberg, alongside colorman Dan Deerdorf until Deerdorf retired after the 2013-14 NFL season. Gumbel also worked alongside Trent Green in the number 3 team from 2014 until 2019. He worked in a 3-man booth with Green and Bruce Arians for the 2018 NFL season. Gumbel then traded spots with Kevin Harlan in 2020, teaming with Rich Gannon. Adam Archuleta became Gumbel's partner in the number 4 slot the following year after CBS declined to renew Gannon's contract. CBS Sports extended its contract with Gumbel on March 15, 2023, which allowed him to continue hosting college basketball while stepping back from NFL coverage. However, Gumbel was absent from March Madness coverage in 2024 due to family health issues. Legacy. Gumbel is one of a few sports announcers to work on pregame, play-by-play, and radio Super Bowl broadcast teams. He hosted the television pregame show for Super Bowl XXXV, CBS, Super Bowl XXX, NBC, Super Bowl XXXII, NBC, Super Bowl XLVII, CBS, and Super Bowl LX, CBS. Provided TV play-by-play for Super Bowl XXXV, CBS, and Super Bowl XXXVIII, CBS. Hosted the radio pregame show for Super Bowl XXV, CBS, Super Bowl XXVI, CBS. Super Bowl XXVII, CBS, and Super Bowl XXVIII, CBS. During his tenure as the chief anchor of the NFL Today, he served alongside co-anchors Dan Marino, Shannon Sharpe, and Boomer Esiason. He was nicknamed Gumby by some of his colleagues.